Hey guys, welcome to the Size Cube acrylic painting lesson. I'm Mike Ferris. I'm going to be getting started on this 11 by 14 inch pre-stretched canvas. And I'm going to start with my number 11 flat brush here. And on my palette, I have Phthalo Blue, Phthalo Green, Raw Umber, Permanent Black, and Titanium White. So I'm going to start, of course, with the background and just kind of go around everything. And I'm going to just take a little bit of Phthalo Blue, some Phthalo Green, a little bit more of that than the blue. And now I want to dull that with some raw umber. And now I want a good scoop of white. I want this very light background here. And I'll go into the green and blue a little bit and get a little bit more of this raw umber to dull it again. So I'm looking for just slightly dulled down, very light turquoise color. And I'm thinking something along these lines, and I'll just go in the background with this color for now. Okay, just a little bit more white. Actually, quite a bit more white. Okay, so with lots of white, you can see I'm going to have it very light in this area here. Okay, and I'll just work this down, and I'll work some of this white. So I'll grab some more white. I'm going to actually work a little bit more white into this. Okay, just some little spots here and there. Okay, something like that. Just kind of working these colors around. Nothing exact or precise. And of course with acrylics, because you can change anything and cover up what you don't like, you're never ever truly committed or stuck with something that you don't want to be stuck with. So that's a really cool thing about this craft. So I'm just going to kind of, like I said, put this general light tone of turquoise here, dulled down with just a teeny bit of the raw umber. And I'm just going to do these variations. Sometimes there's more white, and sometimes there's, over here, as you can see, more saturation in the color. And just getting this general color for now. Okay, I'm going to pick up a little bit more blue. If you're not careful, it can take over pretty fast, as you can see, but that's okay. I'm going to take a little bit more raw umber, and again, some more white. So I want a little bit more blue color into this. Okay, and I want to dull it again. I'm going to add a little bit more, as you can see, that raw umber. Okay, so there we go. Kind of this blue sort of hue right here. Like something like this. Okay, so we'll see how this goes down here. I'm going to kind of just apply this right in this area here as it comes down. And I'll just take this all the way to the bottom here. Okay, and not too worried about how exact I am around this traceable. It's just kind of more for reference. Okay, and so because this is a pre-stretched canvas, I am going to go on the borders and sort of wrap this background color around everything. Now I'm going to go a little bit more green, and I'm going to add some more white. Kind of go into that color here just a little bit right here. See, and we can just go right back to that turquoise color by adding more of other colors to knock back the duller, which is our raw umber, or whatever you want to do. So at any time, I don't really need to clean my brush too much. Just going to, like I said, add more or less of a color to change the value. And I'm thinking something like this. See, so it's a little bit darker than up here, and just kind of has the light coming in, and then we get a little bit darker as we come down. And with that, it's going to show all the different values of blues and turquoises and dark values. And then of course titanium white for highlights to show all of the different 3-dimension and all the light play. I'm just going to dust this down very lightly here into this darker value with this lighter one here, and just kind of let the paint run off the brush and just kind of bring that down into that, and it just blends nice, as you can see, right down into that really well that way. Okay, so a little bit more titanium white now. And I'm going to go up here ahead of this color, and I want to blend this up into this value here. So same thing, as paint runs out, I'm going to take just the rest of it, and it's very easy to just dust it up into that lighter stuff. And then again down here, I'm going to dust this down into this little bit darker value. Okay, just kind of like that. Just really gently, really just creeping the paint over the dark just a little bit, and then less and less as it comes down, and then finally it's just blended really well. So just gonna get the rest of this here. Okay, and then I'm gonna add more white, and I'm gonna go in here. Okay, I'm going to leave some room here for a very dark shadow that I'll put in here in a little bit. So just kind of want to, again, just kind of take this over. Just kind of like that. And again, whatever you don't like, take a value and cover it up to any degree you want, and just play these values back and forth. And just, you know, like I said, I want to get it light up here to show light. And then again, darker as I get down here. That's going to really set these ice cubes off and really show a lot of realistic details and three-dimensional look with how the light plays with all of this. So now what I'm going to do is grab some more color here. So again, less white, more color. Okay, as I see, bring some more of that blue into this, kind of like that. And I want very little paint on the brush. I just kind of want to, right here along this guy here, just sort of from this dark blue or this darker value right like this. So this is going to be bokeh out of focus, and this is going to be in detail. So I'll get my natural round bristle brushes here in just a moment, but I just kind of want to get some colors established in their right places. And when I get the round brush, I'll be able to work with all the different values and all the areas that they're in, and be able to really just go for it and not have to really think much about it. Just kind of have this laid out beforehand. Okay, so again, just gonna leave that there, like I said, for a dark shadow in there. Okay, and I'm gonna grab just titanium white, and I really want to brighten this area right in here up. Okay. Sometimes the paint can come off a little bit, that's okay. They dry quick. If that happens and it doesn't cover very well, just come back after it dries and apply another layer, and it should just lay down just fine. Okay, so okay, just more of this stuff right in here. Okay, again, more white up in this area here. Okay, just kind of something like that. I'll even go on here and show just a little settle down of this kind of dark deal here. That's going to start our out of focus effect here. Okay, so see, just kind of blending that out. Just kind of like that. See, that gives that blurry, kind of faded, sort of out of focus look already just by doing it like this. I'm just kind of petting this light value over this darker stuff just a little bit where they meet, and it's just taking it into that fuzzy realm and giving it, like I said, that out of focus look there. So starting with that, and thinking now what I'm going to do is, without cleaning again, I'm going to go with some black. And with this, I just want to start going into all the areas with this value like so. Okay, I'm actually going to clean this brush, and I'm going to switch brushes now. So I'm going to go into my number 9 natural round bristle brush. It's just going to really help me get into these areas and get these fuzzy lines, even as I block this stuff in. So I'm just going to load it up with some black, and I'm just going to continue on placing this dark value in its places that it generally goes. I'm just going to get some more of this black. I'm just going to tap a lot of it off. And right up here, just want to come down like this. I'm going to press a little harder in this area, and then even harder here to get these fatter lines. And then of course up at the top, it was just the very edge of it, or just some of the bristles, and it just creates these shapes here that you can do in pretty much one stroke there. So I'm going to pick up a little bit more black. I want this to be a little bit more opaque and saturated down here like this. So I won't go all the way to the edges, of course, because like I said, those fuzzy edges is how I get that out of focus. And the background that I want to do is that. So there's that, and then just a little bit of pressure as I come down this way, and then just kind of something maybe, I don't know, like this. And then I don't know, something like that. Just something in the background, some out of focus, non-detailed stuff there. You just film this in again, making this black more opaque here in the center, and just bringing it to the edge, but not over the edge, and keeping those fuzzy lines there. Okay, just like that. And let's see, I'm going to again wipe a lot of that paint off the brush, and I want to go into some Phthalo Blue. See if I can get this color that I want here, just a little bit of white. Okay, a little bit more blue, maybe some green this time. Let's see if I can bring that turquoisey color back here, but like I said, darker. So yeah, I'm thinking let's see, a little bit more white, maybe a little bit more blue, a little bit more green. All right, so all right, so I want to wipe a lot of that off the brush, and I just want to kind of just go into these little areas here and there very lightly. I want to create some shadow in the background here just a little bit. Just some of this light kind of bouncing around out here and just kind of doing whatever. Okay, so just kind of these little random things here. I'm just kind of stirring some stuff up. Again, I'm not worried about anything. If there's something I don't like, I'll take a light value and cover back anything that I don't like here with this dark. And I can even use white to lighten if it's too dark. Okay, so whatever I want to do, anything goes. Fix and change whatever you want. Okay, just kind of something like that. Okay, and then again over here, just going to apply some more of this deal here. Just enhance some more of that out of focus, and then also along here. Okay, a little bit more of that color, wiping it a lot of it off my brush. And again, just want to go in here like this. There we go. So yeah, it just takes that bokeh to kind of a new level when I do it like that. So cleaning my brush, I want to make it as dry as I can. If there's anything wet, it's going to smear and it won't give me these fuzzy out of focus lines very well. So very important to have a very dry natural round bristle brush in creating these fuzzy lines and this effect. So I'm going to go back now into the Phthalo Blue, Phthalo Green, just fill down a bit with some raw umber and some titanium white again. Okay, and wiping most of that color off the brush, and there we go. See how much better that shows up now. And if you do get a hard line, or maybe it's not fuzzed out enough, I'll show you something you can do here. So I'm going to keep going. That's harder. That's a harder line than I want, but watch, I'll show you what I'll do here to take care of that. So I'm just going to bring this down first. And let's see, I'm going to add some of this right in here. And just these little things. I don't know, this is again out of focus. Not really sure what any of this is. Maybe I don't know, but okay, so just doing something kind of like this. Okay, so I'm gonna clean this brush now. Now I just want to get some titanium white, and there is a little of this color in there, and that's just fine. So again, just a little bit of paint on the brush, and I'm just going to go back over this very lightly. See, I can just knock this back, do anything that I want to do anytime I want to do it. See, and it just really fades that out even more, and look at how nice that looks now. That really looks super out of focus in that way. And do the same thing here, just really dust these out, make these look super blended, and give that out of focus a real nice look this way. So okay, now without cleaning, again, I'm just going to go back into black. And I want to get some areas, like you can see here, it's not covered all the way. So I just want to do just another coat and make this really opaque and really solidify these dark areas here. It starts to become clear in here, and this is about where things stop becoming more fuzzy, or out of focus, and then get more into focus. So I'll change brushes actually when I get down to here. I want to keep the techniques with the brushes, using them in the places that I'm using them, and in this way keeps the picture consistent, and I can really get my layout very nice and not have to really struggle through jumping all the hoops and trying to figure out how to go about each step and all that. So okay, I'm just going to get right here a little bit. And once again, I want to go into some blue, some green, a little bit of raw umber. Fill that down a bit, some titanium white, and this little bit darker stuff, a little less white in it this time. And again, I want to just kind of randomly just kind of play these little shadows in here, just like so. So I'm going to work some values into here now. I'm going to take some titanium white, and I want to go, let's see, something like this. Add some more color into there. And let's see, I'll go just kind of like something like this. I've got my number 4 natural flat brush now. Again, the bristles is where it's at, not so much the shape of it. And for me, I'm going to be able to get easier into here with this effect of out of focus with these natural bristles here as well. So I'm going to again go back into those colors of Phthalo Blue, Phthalo Green, Little Raw Umber, and Titanium White. So that's our main trio here as I work these values back and forth with different various tones and adjustments between the colors. And let's see, just a little bit more white maybe into that and something like that. I'm just going to take a lot of that paint off the brush again, and I'm going to just kind of work some of this stuff in like so. And I'll just dust it up onto this even. Okay, just like that. And I'm going to scratch some of this in right there. And again, I'm going to take this light turquoisey color here. I'm just going to, again, just block this stuff in pretty much. Okay, and I'm actually going to change brushes again, just because, again, I just want to show the different methods and the different brushes that you can use for these effects. Even though natural brown or natural bristle brushes are great for these effects, I can also do them with nylon brushes too. I just have to go a little bit softer and be more on purpose with it and use more finesse to get that blend look so that we can get that out of focus. So with that, I'm going to take now my number 8 flat brush here. This is a new flat brush, and it's got some nice bristles on it that will really help me get these nice soft blends. And so again, those same trio of colors and some titanium white. Okay, a little bit more of that, a bit more white. There we go, something like that again. So, okay, just going to continue on like so. What I'm going to do now is grab a lot of titanium white here, and it's going to go very light up in this area here. Okay, just like that. I'm just streaking this down. I'm kind of doing these little light things here. Okay, just kind of something like that. And then again, I'm going to just take titanium white. I'm not cleaning my brush. And I'm just going to work this white in just a little bit, like so. Okay, very light pressure again with these nylon brushes. So you have to work a little bit more with those as opposed to the natural bristles. So again, use the brush you're comfortable with. So I'm just, again, like to show that it can be done with either or. Just different methods for different brushes to get the same effect. Okay, and also in here, just kind of letting this stuff kind of mix and blend and do its thing. And along the way, some values may get covered that I don't want, necessarily in the end, but when I'm blending, I kind of don't care. I tend to take colors wherever they'll land while blending, as long as it's not like, say, a dark color like this black into this part out here where it's going to take a lot of layers to cover it. But I like to get these blends, and then I can come back and adjust color where it might have spilled in places it didn't really need to go or wasn't supposed to go. And at least when I fix that, my blend is still there and the effect is kept. So that way I don't have to come back to it and keep trying again and again. So yeah, just go for it, let it happen. Fix your out of bounds however you want. It's all good. Okay, so I'm going to grab some more green, some more blue, teeny bit of raw umber to that, and actually going to go a little darker now, so less white, as you can see. And I want to go in here, just kind of just grind this paint. Well, not like grind the crap out of it, but I mean like just really go for it. Just push that paint into the canvas and just really driving it in there. And now I'm just petting the canvas to get it to blend. But I did want to lay it down a little aggressively in here just to get it off the brush and onto the canvas to make this value change happen right away right here. Okay, and then I'm just going to just kind of give it this guy like this. Again, just getting that blend going, that out of focus thing. Okay, a little bit of paint left on the brush. I can take and put some of that in here as well. Maybe there's a little something like that, I don't know. Just gonna go right here in between so that the white is, or the light value is in between these dark ones here. This really sets off that out of focus here. Having two blends on either side of the highlight like that really pops that out of focus effect really well this way. And then I'm going to get a little bit more blue because I want to change it again just a little bit. And right in here, this really sets this bokeh deal off again, just like that. See, and then I can blend that in. Kind of like that. I don't want to take it too far down, so you know what I'm going to do is go back and get some more green and some titanium white. Going back to that lighter value stuff. See, just like that. And just like this. And I could settle that blue down just a little bit like that. So it's just a hint. Very lightly bring that down a little bit. You're just kind of going over it just barely with my brush here. Okay, so with a clean brush, I'm going to take down just pure titanium white. Again, I don't want to cover up all this value out here, but I want to dust up to it with that white. And again, I'm going to take some of this value and saturate it a little bit more, and I'll blend back into this white a little bit and really get that nice bright highlight in a very faded, blended bokeh kind of a way. So this is going to start to really take off on that effect here. Okay, some more white. And just going to keep going with this white and just, like I said, blend it and just kind of come in here and make these highlights pop out of here just like this. Okay, more white again, and I'm just going to continue working down and placing that in places it goes here, just like this. I'm going to, again, take this very light color and apply some of that turquoise in there. But as you can see, it's super duper light. And I really want to enhance this bright area in here. And again, just kind of pet this up, dust it up. Nothing too crazy, just very lightly. Permanent black again, and I'm going to just a very little paint on the brush. Just kind of come in here and I'm going to do something like this. And just kind of add some dark value in here. Okay, so I'm dry brushing. This is 100% completely dry, and again, just like the natural bristle brush, with a dry brush, even with a nylon brush, it makes it easier to blend in this kind of a way. If it's wet, then you want to use very light pressure and go back and forth over the values and get a very soft blend. You can even use a soft mop brush if you don't have one of those to do that. But again, I like the dry because it gives those fuzzy lines and out of focus look that way. So for me, it's not just blending, but again, those fuzzy lines is really where it's at. So I'm just gonna go like that, and then I'm going to take a little of this right in here. And I'm just going to take a little white, just barely any on the brush at all. And I just want to go in here, just kind of do, I don't know, some kind of bokeh, little tiny lights, I guess, off of the cube in the back here just a little bit. Just kind of show just kind of these circular motions and blend them out like so. Okay, just something like that, and then alright, I'm going to take some more titanium white and just a little bit of this light turquoisey color here, and just kind of want to define more of this blue and make that pop out of there a little bit more with this white there. And also I want to bring this down a bit. Okay, just kind of like in here. Alright, so I'm going to take now some Phthalo Blue, some of that white, and just again a little bit of paint on the brush. And I want to go in here one more time. Just like that. And again, just pops this bokeh effect even more. You doing these little things like this. Really cool. I'm going to go just pure titanium white. And I'm just doing the corner of the brush this time. And I'm going to come in here and just sort of tap that down with my finger a little bit if it gets too obvious, but I want to make this really bright or brighter. Sort of highlight on that like that, and then also down in here there's one. Okay, so I'm just doing this circular deal on with the corner of the brush here. You can also use a round nylon brush to do that, and that makes really good circles with that very easily. Okay, for me, I guess I'm just gonna stick with this brush because I'm already using it, so I don't want to have to fetch the brush and load it up again. I'm already right here, so that's just me though, and I feel like I can use any brush pretty much if I just use it to achieve the effect the way that it needs to be used, and I'm good with it. But like I said, whatever you want to do. So I'm going to take some more titanium white now, again with the corner of the brush, and not going to cover this darker value up again. I just want to blend into it. See that? Like that. Just give that nice fuzzy line there. And really awesome like that. You can do these things cool with this. Okay, so again, more titanium white. I want to make this more opaque in here and really make that pop a little bit more there. Okay, and just kind of from here, kind of letting that turquoise take over as I run the white out into it. Okay, and then it gives it that nice blend and that fade. And then again, right here, just want to pop this out of here. These little highlights here. All right, good deal there. And now what I want to do is again, grab some more of this blue. Okay, take it into that turquoise a little bit, just not much, just more of a blue here. And then again, I want to go right in here and add very light pressure and just again give this nice little faded blue hue into it. And just kind of like this. Okay, I'm going to add some out of focus water drop stuff in the background. So I'm going to take some of this blue, some of this raw umber, a little bit of green, a little bit of white, and just going to take, you know, something, thinking maybe a little bit of black to that as well. All right. Yeah, maybe something like this. And actually, I want some more blue and white into that. And now some of this black. Okay, something like this. Okay, wiping a lot of that paint off the brush and just kind of want to strike some stuff. I don't know, just kind of like this. And it indicates maybe a water drop in the distance. I'm just going to apply some of these in some places. And again, this is a very dry brush. And I'm just going to fade these in just like this. Now I'm going to take some phthalo blue, a little bit of titanium white, it just kind of does something like this, also around this guy as well. And now what I'm going to do is our foreground ice cube here, where it's what it's all about. So let's see, I'm going to basically stick to the same colors here pretty much. I'm going to go again, that blue, the green, the raw umber, titanium white, some more color involved with that. Okay, I don't know, something like this, thinking. And let's see, I'll start running this. And notice I got a lot more paint on the brush. And this is because I don't want to dry brush with hardly any paint on the brush and get these fuzzy lines. Now I want to get these hard lines. And this is what's going to contrast against these fuzzy out of focus lines and really bring these details to pop against that. So besides light and shadow, this is another contrasting element of having focus and out of focus in a painting to complement each other. So this in turn is going to add more interest in the eyes of those that view this. I'm going to go now into some phthalo blue. I'm going to get a little bit of permanent black into there. Okay, and some titanium white. A little bit more black. A little bit more white. All right, so let's see. Thinking something along this lines here, and I'm just gonna again block in right here with this. Going to go just a little bit. Something like that, I think. Okay, just gonna go taking it right here actually. Without cleaning, I'm just gonna take some permanent black. And I'm gonna go in here with that. Yeah, I'll change the value here to show this dip going into the ice here. But for now, like I said, just getting some colors blocked in. And right here, let's cast this shadow here. Okay, right here there'll be a little reflection of some of the ice color here. Take some more Phthalo Blue without the black, or with the black still on there. So not cleaning, of course. Okay, a little bit more black. Okay, maybe something, thinking like this. This is a little bit different of a value here that's going to be played in here. I'm thinking something like that. And I'm just going to play this in here just like this. With this color left on the brush, I'm going to take and put some of this down in here. And I want to dust this up. Just using the side of the flat brush here. I'm not going to worry about using the natural bristles at this moment here. I can use this one here. So just kind of, again, just kind of with this dry flat brush on the side of it. And I can just stir this up and bring it all the way up into this. Okay, however, yeah, I can always take this light color and come back down over it, but I think that ought to be good, just like this. Okay. So now, without cleaning, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some Phthalo Green and more titanium white this time. Okay, just kind of like this. Kind of like this here with this. Okay, and on this side here, I just want to take and kind of do again this blend here. Okay, just like that, it shows some streak and some shine and all of that, so that is cool. Alright, get some more white here on my palette, and I'm going to go into more of this blue color there. More Phthalo Blue. And more titanium white. Okay, I'm going to do this lighter blue like this. Maybe mix a little bit of this in there. Okay, something like this, and I'm going to go something like this where I Okay, heavier pressure with the brush to lay down more paint. See that, like that? And look, I'm gonna get into this darker stuff up here. And I'm gonna leave some of this darker blue there. And so what I'm actually gonna do now is take more white and more phthalo green and more white again. Okay. Show a little bit of a difference between this blue and this turquoise color here. Okay, I've got more pigment on my brush, so I'm going to do light pressure with the brush, and see, I can even use my finger. I can knock it back a little bit. See, like that. And I can just kind of work this in. Turn the paintbrush over once the paint leaves one side of the brush, and lay down some more if I lose some of it. Okay, and then just on the very edge, I'll just use my finger and just kind of blend that down like so. And then I'm going to add more blue and more white. Okay, just kind of something like this. And okay, something like that. So see, it kind of has this glimmer and shine to it. And to enhance that just a little bit more, what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to take a little bit more of this blue and black together. Okay, just kind of like this. I want to have some of this phthalo blue show up a little bit more. Okay, something like this. And I just really want to take this up like this and just kind of do something like that. See that? Ain't that nice? Okay, so these little blends, this is a good lesson in blending. So definitely take advantage of this time. And again, don't worry about how critical the blending is as you're doing it. Don't be so stringent about it. You can always blend another value back over a different one if it becomes too much into the painting where you didn't want it that much. So it's all good. Just work it in, work it back and forth, and every time you build a new layer, again, it'll get better and smoother. Your blends will get better, and things will just come together like they should. And it really is just about the layers and just trusting that. With acrylics, you have to believe, you have to have some faith, and just say, you know what? Things are not as they seem, and this is going to come alive in due time, and I'm going to keep going until it does. So as you saw there, just a little phthalo green into some of that blue that was left on my brush, some titanium white, and just kind of want to hit some of these other areas like so. Okay, just going to go around a little bit with this. So I'm going to go into some permanent black, a little bit of raw umber, and a little bit of titanium white. Okay, just kind of looking for, I don't know, something like this. A little bit of paint on the brush. And I just kind of want to scratch in, very dry brush, very little paint on the brush, and look at, I can just dust in some value like this. This is just to enhance, again, some more bokeh stuff for this background ice cube here. And I just want to take this, something like that, and then again over here I'm going to start going into some black again, with my flat brush here. This is my number 8 flat brush. You can use, again, like I said, any size type that you like. But I'm gonna go kind of in here with this. Just using a little bit of pressure on the brush. I just kind of want to make not so solid of a black here. So there's going to be different ways that I put this black down. Sometimes it'll be more solid like this, other times it'll be more faded like this. And it's just to show these different reflections and just the way the light zings through here. I'm going to take some black again, just a little bit on the brush, and let's continue with this here. And just a little shape like this. Fill here like this. Okay, just these little things. And then right here. Kind of something of a, I don't know what you call this, something here. This kind of shows a little, I don't know, something like that. Okay, I'm just getting this kind of mapped out. I don't really care how, like I said, how neat it is or full or saturated at first. So, yeah, just kind of do something like that, and then I don't know. Okay, just these little shapes, these little things. Okay, like that. Alright, so again, more black. And let's see, I'm going to hit that edge just like that. Looks like these little squiggly waterline kind of deals that are happening inside the cube, yeah, like that. Starting to look pretty cool there. Okay, so just these little things like that. Okay, so looking rough. And rightly so, because this is, again, these are first layers and just the way it goes with acrylics. So have fun, make the mess, and enjoy the journey. I'm gonna leave a little bit of gap here. I want this kind of, almost looks like a fingerprint kind of a thing going on here inside the ice or whatever. Just the crystalline pattern of it and the way that it light is going to reflect through that area. So I'm just going to kind of leave that there. Kind of something like that. As long as I can see the line, I'm all good. Okay, and I'll even leave one right here between here and here just to show where I'm going to start doing some things to change it up and kind of give this impression of the crystal looking effect of the ice here and the way that it melted, the way that it froze. But as we can see, it is melting. So it's got all these little things happening, going on here. Kind of something like that. So I can still see that where I want to put things, and I'm kind of getting it all laid in here. All right, so let's see. What I want to do is bring this together a little bit better here. There we go. Alright, I'm going to go now with titanium white. I'm going to start working these different values in now on this. And let's see, I'm going to start up here. And I'm just going to take this down and show just some sparkles and reflections and just some things like this. Okay, and again, I can play this around, push colors around, cover them up, and really just do anything. So I'm just going to randomly kind of dance this in here, this titanium white, and show some highlight striking and all of that. So just kind of like this. Just kind of something like that. And now again, more titanium white. And I'm going to, again, make some of this pop out of here. Okay, again. So no cleaning necessary. I'm going to take actually a little bit of this turquoisey color, maybe a little bit of that blue in there. Okay, fill it down, get some white. There we go, something like this. Wanted some more of that blue in there. Okay, and right here, I'm just going to really brighten up these guys here. You're gonna see these guys pop out of here just a little bit. Okay, so I'm just putting a little bit of paint on the brush and just kind of going like this a little bit. Okay, I don't want to overtake that whole entire blue there, or I'll lose the shine, but see how that like pops out of there and just glows really well that way. And I can go in here and do this to the other ones too. And I'll just start to build up some dimension, some of these highlights here, and just really set this off. Okay, so some of that color left on my brush too. I'm going to come in here and strike some of these things in here with this. Okay, it's just a lot of odd shapes and just different values. This is actually I believe one of the easier paintings, because it's just really a bunch of just different random shapes and just values of color thrown around, and again covered up if they're not desired, and really just anything with this thing, and it just works. It just happens. And I think anybody can really do this. You just put some paint on the brush and just put it where it goes. And blending is not that hard, and it's just a matter of just getting comfortable with the brushes. Really, it's not really about how to draw. Painting, it's really about values of color and putting them where they go and being able to blend them. And it just happens in the way that it should. And if you've never painted and you're watching, I really encourage you to check this out and get involved and try these lessons. You'll be amazed, and I really believe you can pull this off, like I said, and people will be amazed. They won't believe that you painted something so good, and I'm telling you, it's that simple, believe it or not. Okay, so just putting those values in, just going wherever and however. A little triangular shape, maybe like that, I don't know. Okay, however. Alright, no cleaning. I'm going to just take some raw umber. Just straight up like this. I'm going to add just some of these little things in here. I'm actually going to add some white to that. Use the corner of the brush and just kind of dance in just something like this. I don't know, just these little things here. And just kind of let this stuff just kind of happen. However and wherever. Okay, I'll even take these things down, maybe, I don't know, something like that. Okay, no cleaning. I'm going to take some Phthalo Blue, a little bit of black, and I'm going to come in here and just kind of do this little guy here, I don't know. Alright, I want to take some Phthalo Blue, Phthalo Green, raw umber, again those trios, the trio. And let's see, I'm going to add a little bit of this just in some areas where I want it a little bit more saturated and a little darker like this. It just shows some differences in tones and values playing together. So see, like that, just adds a little bit more interest. And again, right here, there's a little dark shadow there, and then it just kind of fades off into that lighter stuff from here right there. Okay, and a little bit of darker right here. Here too, you can see there's just little differences of stuff here and there. Not everywhere, yeah, as the motto goes. Let those other values play along as well. Don't let any one value get too stingy or greedy, because then he'll take over, and then you'll have a dictatorship instead of this beautiful freedom of art with everybody that gets to play together and enjoy one another and not be jealous of anybody. So maybe I'm painting a picture other than this one, but you get the idea. Values and more values. And we got ourselves an orchestra of colors making a beautiful symphony here. I want to grab some titanium white after cleaning my brush, and I want to come in here and knock back just some of this stuff in here. I want to even make maybe some little things like this and kind of break it up maybe a little bit. And just kind of show maybe some stuff like that. And just going to go around with titanium white. Just going to hit all the different highlight stuff. And again, knock back stuff if I don't think it should be there, and just whatever. So follow me to a T. Again, this Traceable is available on Patreon if you'd like the help with laying out all the different proportionate things and everything. So definitely check that out, and also a short video on how I transfer images to canvases. If you've never used wax transfer paper, you are missing out, and it is super easy, and it saves your canvas from ever having to erase or do any kind of fixing as far as the drawing process is concerned, and you don't have to really mess with your canvas in that way or compromise the strength of it, maybe if it's a pre-stretched canvas. Okay, so just gonna go down like this, just like that, and like I said, just do some things. Take my number 8 natural round bristle brush. I'm going to use these to do some water droplets all over this and really start to bring this up. So I'm just going to take some titanium white. Okay, just going to tap, 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 just like that. And I am going to come in here and just do like this. See this? That's going to create some detail now on top of this color that I laid down. Okay, after all the blending and highlighting and all this stuff and layers, I'm going to add these details and texture now and show kind of the cube. See, I'll kind of brush it a little bit up here. See, and I'll just kind of do something like that, and then kind of like that. See, and it's going to start to add these things in here really cool like that. So again, just use what brush you want to use. I really like these natural bristles. Again, they do so many things besides the clouds, besides the out of focus and the blending really well. They make texture really good too, just like that. So I'm gonna go like that and try to make what was like this little thumbprint thing, like I said, that I tried to save here earlier. See, and I can go like that. Just kind of something like that, yeah. I'll even put a little bit right here. Okay, I'm going to keep going, and I'm going to use my script liner now and just do some individual little things to show just different water drop details. So I'll get it a little bit wet just to get the bristles more together. And again, I'll just take some titanium white. And I'll just work these little things here and there with this. Okay, so I'm just going to use some detail right here and just kind of go through and kind of do stuff like this. And again, knock back anything that I don't want to see. I'm going to keep going with the script liner and just kind of go and create more of these little things in here. Go back to my natural flat brush here with the natural bristles here, and I'm going to take those same three colors, Phthalo Blue, some green, and touch of raw umber to dull that down just a bit. Okay, a little bit more blue, a little bit more white. And now just more white. Okay, something like that. And just want to go back in here and just kind of lighten this back up, make this pop a little bit more. I'm going to take now a little bit of this permanent black and a little raw umber to that, and let's see, right in here I'm going to have it come down and just kind of do something like this. Okay, I'm going to go back to some Phthalo Green. Just a little bit of blue this time. I want it more Phthalo Green. And just some titanium white. Okay, wiping a lot of that paint off the brush. And I want this just a little bit different right in here. Just going to really show some of the reflective light and the zing here in this ice cube. I believe just that much more. So just going like that, and let's see. Okay, and then just a little bit of raw umber, and I'm not cleaning my brush. And let's see, a little bit right here. Bad. I'm gonna go to back to my number 8 flat brush here. Sorry, I had to think about it for a second. Okay, let's go into raw umber and so I can control it a little bit better without all those frayed out bristles. And of course, because this is the detailed in focus ice cube, this would actually be, for me, the brush of choice. Alright, I'm going to continue now with some titanium white with my number 8 flat brush here. And this is my nylon brush. I'm just going to go titanium white. And I'm going to continue and just put in some more of the highlight stuff here and there. Okay, I'm going to take some phthalo blue and some black. Let's see, I'm just going to take something like this, and just kind of want to work that in kind of right here. And that just kind of blends this in a little bit more, settles it in, makes it more natural looking this way. Okay, just a little bit of black and some raw umber together. And I'm just gonna sort of just strike just this little guy right here. Yeah, just these little details, just building them up, working them in. Okay, you can, like I said, change anything if something's out of whack or whatever you need to do. Get now again some titanium white. And just kind of want to use the corner of the brush and sort of make these little shapes here. Some of these water little drop things here. And I can also use the corner of the brush like I was using the tip of the script liner, and I can do the same thing here. And I just kind of want to make these show up a little bit better here. I'm going to take now a little bit more white. Okay, pulling it through and turning it brings it to a nice point, and then just going to hit some of these things like this and bring out just again some more of these water detail things. Loading it up each time, just grabbing some more pigment and just coming around like this. Okay, just like that. Go to my number 2 nylon flat brush and start making more of these water drops. So I'm just going to take some black here. I'm going to start working some of these things here. So Okay, something like that, and then just kind of wherever, here and there. Okay, see just all these little water droplets all over, and you can really now just take pure titanium white, and I'm going to strike these highlights right here on top of these water drops that I just did, just like that. And back to my script liner again. I'm going to get some water and titanium white. And again, I'm just going to go through here and just sort of pick out some of these obvious, more some more of these water drop spots here. I couldn't think of what to say. All right, so water drop spots. So all these little things like there, it makes it look more like we're looking at ice here. All right, and again, I'm going back to my number 2 nylon flat brush here. And I'm gonna go and just start doing all these water drops out here as well. Okay, so as I get up here, of course, it's going to be more blurred out, and so I want to use very little pressure with this flat brush, or I can just go to my number 2 natural flat brush with those natural bristles, and either way I can make this effect using light pressure with this, or dry brushing and scrubbing it with the natural bristles. Either way you prefer, but either method can be used to create that out of focus as I get over here. So with lots of water and titanium white, I'm going to go ahead and sign right here. And I want to thank you guys so much for all your watch time and for following along. Let me know down in the comments how this went for you. I'd love to hear any questions that you guys have. I'll do my best to answer anything I can. And this is a really simple, very forgiving piece. It's a piece that I would say is one of the best ones for blending, doing different brushstroke techniques to create different texture and effects with bokeh, and using the script liner brush and all those things. So totally give this one a shot. You can fix anything anytime with just a few colors going on here especially. And this should turn out just fine. Don't give up. More layers means a better painting. And again, let me know how it goes. And until next time, happy painting, everyone.